The first past the post system that we have in the UK is often not very fair. It means people or particular parties get a large share of the vote and very few MPs. And it means there are safe seats where perhaps people don't go out to vote because they don't think it's worth it. Or perhaps they do, or perhaps they vote tactically. Tactical voting is when voters select a candidate not because they are their first choice, but because they want to prevent another candidate from winning. And it's played a significant role in recent UK elections. In 2017 and 2019, the general elections, tactical voting was notably present and called for, especially in constituencies where there was a tight contest between Conservative and Labour parties, and several campaigns and websites such as the Best for Britain and Tactical Voting 2019 provided a guidance on how to vote tactically to achieve specific outcomes, such as preventing a Conservative majority or stopping Brexit, neither of which, of course, worked. Polling data is interesting in recording what happened. Research indicates that a significant percentage of voters, probably around 14%, have voted tactically. A YouGov poll in the 2019 election suggested that up to 30% of voters were willing to vote tactically. It seems not to have been that high in reality. As for the election outcomes, the results in several constituencies indicated that a significant percentage of voters, where the majority was slim, could be attributed to tactical voting. In the 2017 election, Labour's unexpected gains were partly due to voters strategically aligning themselves to prevent a Conservative landslide. The influence of tactical voting in recent elections has been significant, particularly in swing seats, and tactical voting often aims to maximise the effectiveness of votes against the perceived main adversary. And this practice can lead to unexpected victories or losses and is crucial in closely contested seats. In the coming election, I think there might be an increase in tactical voting for several reasons. First of all, there's an increased awareness and a mobilization of voters, and people know more because of social media. With more resources, with more guidance available, voters are more equipped to vote strategically, and that may well mean tactically. The political environment is heady at the moment, but it's not necessarily going to pull the voters out. There's quite a campaign going on social media to get people to register to vote, to ensure people know that when they go to vote, they've got to take identity with them. And the Conservative Party in particular is aware that there's a large group of people who are simply going to, or who intend simply to abstain. And current dissatisfaction with the government or with specific policy issues will amplify the desire either to abstain or to vote tactically. There are also political parties that are encouraging tactical voting to consolidate their votes against a common opponent, encouraging their supporters to vote for a candidate most likely to defeat the opposition. This has very much been a Lib Dem tactic. Overall, the evidence suggests that tactical voting is now a well-established phenomenon in the UK, and we're likely to see evidence of it in this coming election. But I think the more the more interesting phenomenon will be soiled. I don't think that is the term. Soiled ballot papers. I think it might be spoiled. I think soiled is more interesting. Soiled ballot papers and people simply not turning out. I think the turnout will be an interesting and an interesting aspect to this election, because it's certainly not an election which is being conducted in the face of an indifferent electorate. So I think the electorate is highly engaged, but I don't think that would be reflected in the final turnout. I think people would deliberately stay at home.